and let her leave.
Because if
You
it was
cannot,
someone else.
no, you cannot tell me that it's your own prerogative to be producing president. It's not so. Let all of us leave and let her leave.
Let's just look at your.
Why do you need to support Peter Obi?
No, he has no chance to win the election. I don't go to where you see, people like this kind of social media candidates. I don't do social media candidates. I see that as a politician.
You won this Abuja.
But he got 6 million votes.
I said, I see that as a politician. And I analyze the candidate who is likely to win. In politics, it's not always the right that, oh, this is the best candidate. No. You see, Nigerians today, in their politics, so many factors come in. And I have always told people this. Whether it is correct or not, it's a different thing. Okay? Look at Tribune 1. Mind you, whether APC likes it or not, it was very, very turbulent for Tribune to have scaled through that election. His own party administration, you could see, people don't want to speak the truth. Before that election, put in things that would have made him to fail the election woefully. The fuel crisis, the Naira issue, it was terrible. No party in government would at that time bring such policy when you know you are running an election. But everything was done and he survived it.
Honourable Minister.
He survived it. So that's how you will know that there are people, first of all, God is on their side. Two, they also know this game. He must give it to them.
Honourable Minister, you have made reference to the governors of Delta and Akwa Ibom, saying that the president
No,
is...
those are, I made reference. Yeah, friend, ask questions.
I understand.
So that you quote me well. And so because tomorrow night I said, thank you for what you have said. Even from that angle alone, does it not tell you that that's what I meant?
Okay, so they have said that they're going to be supporting the president for good governance. Do you really think the president is governing well? When you think about what is happening nationally.
What is happening?
So for instance, only recently, and you made reference to the fact that there's nothing that governors are doing now that you also do not have powers as Minister of the FCT to do.
No, what I'm saying, the point I'm saying, is so that we understand it well. What I'm saying, as a governor of a state, a lot of people think that you can direct, you can have influence in the voting pattern. That's the point I'm trying to make. But me too, as a Minister of FCT, I also have such a influence. That's the point I'm trying to make. Because, take for example, once you say that council, I can go to Ahmad. I say, listen, why you should vote for this man? See what we did here. See what we did here. See what we did here. I can go to Gwagwalada. See why you should not vote for this one. Vote for this one. See what I did. You told me you wanted this. You told me you wanted this. Have I done it? Yes. I can go to Buhari, and this one is not likely to be the man. You told me you wanted left. You wanted right. You wanted front. You wanted back. Have I done it? Yes. I can go to Kwale. I came here. I asked you this question. What do you want? You say you want this, you want it. Have I done it? Yes. I can go to Abaji. I came to you. You told me you want this. You told me you want this. Have I done it? Yes. Why would they not believe me if government is on performance?
Okay, so that is taken, I mean, your clarification is taken in terms of where you're talking about power as influence. Yes. Recently, the Governors Forum paid a visit to their counterpart in Plateau State over the killings that have happened in the state. Over 100 people have been murdered in the last 2 weeks. Benue State is also witnessing the same thing. And people have started asking questions as to where the president stands on these issues.
Okay, let me tell you something.
And even where he is.
Let me tell you. Remember when I became governor, people were saying rivers of blood. Remember, you were carrying channels, rivers of blood. This happened. This one, I owe it a duty as a governor of a state that security is paramount. I put in everything I have, whatever resources the state has, to provide security. This attitude of everybody, president. Yes, president is the commander-in-chief. However, you are in charge. As far as state is concerned.
So in clear terms, those governors have responsibility.
No,
in clear terms, those governors have a higher degree of responsibility.
That's what I'm saying. Take for example, when people say federal high road, who are those using it? The people of your state. Now, how do I sit? Because the federal high road, highway, the road is bad. Assuming the government at the federal level is not with me, will you go and tell, you know, that I can do this road now is a federal level? Who want to listen to that? You have to find any way to fix that road, to make governance easy for your people. I said I was a governor. I had no relationship with the federal government. I had no relationship with the federal government. I mean, when people are just talking.
Honourable Minister, but I still remember clearly.
You abandon responsibility.
Honourable
Minister. And you said, mind you,
yeah,
this killing in Plateau, in Benue, is a recurrent decimal.
But shouldn't it stop under an APC-led federal government? Because you promised security to Nigerians.
No, let me tell you. The president is doing everything he could do to support the security agencies, support the state, to reduce the level of insecurity. Remember, in Abuja, when we came, it was a terrible thing, right?
Yes.
It was a terrible thing. People were saying insecurity. I said, listen, I owe a duty. Mr. President has given me this delegation. He has delegated his powers to me. He has appointed me. He has confidence in me. I therefore owe the residents of Abuja that I should be able to provide some level of security where people can. I'm not saying I will totally eliminate insecurity. Nowhere in this world. Nowhere in this world. Just yesterday morning or today, they were shooting in a Florida university. I don't know whether you're some of them. People died. That is at the level where you can say, with the technology and this and that. But that does not mean that insecurity pervades in Florida. You can have one or two occasions. Yes, we will agree.
So shouldn't you share some of the successes you had with Governor Mutfo, who's your party member, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfo? Share some of the successes you've had in Abuja.
My father says, my father told me that insecurity pervades you have headache in Florida. He didn't want to tell me he have headache. How would you know you have headache?
So share some of the successes you had with Governor Mutfo, who's your party member, Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfo. Share some of the successes
these days, I don't understand. My father says what people do by you go to a phone in Florida. He didn't want to tell me how to do mechanism. How would you know you have headache? What's happening?
So share some of the successes you had with Governor Mutfo,
there's nothing wrong in that. But here, it even causes every day. Why is it one showing that is doing infrastructure? That's because it's going to a phone. It's because of the problem. Instead of somebody to say, look, how are you doing this? Yeah, IGR. I speak to you today. How much are we getting from federal government? With all due respect, how much are we getting? If federal government gets 800 billion in a month, they give us 1%. 1% is 8 billion. 8 billion. So where would I get the money? You, if you don't pay this, I revoke this.
Honourable Minister.
But they accuse you of land grabbing. I said to hell.
But we can.
I'm going to do this. I need the money to carry out
Honourable Minister, yes. Just to follow up on that issue, because you talked about how governors need to take responsibility, because that's what I seem to glean from that.
Yeah.
I do know that while you're a governor, while you also say you're taking responsibility for security in your state, you admitted the limited nature of governors. You once complained about being the chief logistics officer.
Yes. Let me tell you now, because politics was brought into security. What happened in my state? I had a minister that was the grade A minister with the federal government. They wanted to make my state ungovernable. I had 12 commissioners of police in 3 months. Now I have to sit back. What do I do to survive this?
Honorable Minister.
So I have to go back and replan the security architecture. I now have enemies at the federal level. So nobody saw me in Abuja. I never slept in Abuja. I remained in Rivers State. Even if I come to Abuja, I go back that day.
Honorable Minister, that's a convenient point. That's a convenient point to stop you, because we're still going to talk about Rivers State. But we need to go on a quick break now. And of course, when we come back on from that break, you'll be meeting Mr. Infrastructure in the FCT. But before you meet that Mr. Infrastructure, we'll talk a little bit about Rivers State.
WIKE. We're just about to switch gears now to this issue of the state of emergency declared by the president in your home state, Rivers State. You haven't quite said anything since that state of emergency was declared, but quite a number of people, including the NBA, the Nigerian Bar Association, has come out to say that the president's declaration was unconstitutional. Politically speaking, though, there are those who say that you might be unhappy because it does appear that since the Supreme Court judgment, members of the State House of Assembly who, have stayed, let's say, loyal to you, were gearing up to impeach the governor. And some people have said, politically speaking, perhaps that was a move to, save the situation in Rivers State. What exactly is your own permutation and your thinking since a state of emergency was declared in your state?
Margaret, do you want me to tell you the truth?
I'm listening.
As a politician, I'm not happy. I wanted outright removal of the governor. As a politician, I'm not happy. But for the interest of the state, the president did the right thing.
As a lawyer?
No, I'm coming. Already the matter is in court. But people must say the truth. The governor was gone. He was gone. Yes, he was gone. So when people say, President, I say, look, if that's where they should be worshiping, they should be worshiping Mr. President. Every morning go to the president, can we wash your feet for serving us? How? Mind you, Supreme Court has said no money can go to local government when it's not democratically elected. Mind you, Supreme Court has said nobody will go to the state without appropriation. In that situation, there was crisis. All institutions will be shut down. Health will be crisis. Education will be crisis. It is not in my place to make it good for the governor.
What about your state?
And that's what I'm saying as a politician. It is not in my place to make the governor to be happy. It's not me. My business is not to make him comfortable. And that's what there's power play.
It's part of the role you play.
Now, the point I'm trying to make, Mr. President came in and saved the situation, saved Rivers people of that calamity, of that anarchy.
Oh, so you know it was going to cause calamity if the governor was impeached? What
calamity? That the governor is removed? Was it a coup? The Constitution provides that if there's an infraction of the Constitution, that you can be impeached. I don't know people who are working towards today for the president not to go back for second term. Is it a crime? If they have their way to impeach Mr. President in National Assembly, would they do it? You think that they are comfortable to stop to 2 years? Who told you that? I never told anybody that I'm a pastor or a imam. It's a power game. But the people must face the reality. The governor cannot think that, this and that, if governor is removed, this will happen. What will happen?
Yes, but I've asked you
that. So the point I'm making is that President saved the situation. And that's what they didn't understand when Attorney General said that they should even thank Mr. President for serving them.
A lot of people have accused Mr. President as bias, saying that you would have been suspended.
Suspended for doing
what?
Yes,
that you are suspended
you're one
as a
leg
minister.
of the problem. Also one leg of the problem.
Listen now, one of listening. What's the problem? I don't know cause a problem for president.
And you secreted.
Hold on. Are you not hearing coalition? What's the essence of coalition? To make sure the president does not return. Are they making president to sleep every day? Has anybody killed anybody? Is president finding his heart to say, he doesn't want me now. He's also working by delivering the dividend of democracy to the best of his ability. He's not going to sleep. Mr. President has a good relationship with the National Assembly. For Christ's sake.
Your Excellency.
Hold on. You see, I have told you here, governance is not about awarding contracts. It's not only about awarding contracts. Governance is not only about inspecting project, commissioning project. Your capacity, ability to navigate is key. If as a governor, you have crisis, you don't know how to navigate, to put your people in check to make sure you are calm, your governance is going through. I suffered it. The powers that be at the national level didn't want me to survive. Did I go to church to cry? Did I go to mosque to cry? I came back. I sat down. I said, listen, we have problem. How do we do? We have to navigate this. How do I navigate it? Okay, all right. Let me finish. So that give people the opportunity to hear from us. So this attitude of the governor, if it's removed of the crisis, because the Constitution provided for it. But, and therefore you must also be careful. The Supreme Court said, am I the one?
But right now,
hold on. That there's no government. The only thing that makes governance democracy is legislature. Under the military, you have executive, you have judiciary, but there will be no legislature. So what makes it democracy is the legislature. When legislature is not there, there's no democracy. And you came down without any qualms. You went to an arm of government that's a symbol of democracy, brought it down to rule as a despot, Supreme Court said so, white and black. What are people talking about? No, nobody wants to say, look, this thing you did was right. You sat down out of 32 members of a constituency, of 32 constituencies. You sat down. You are taking 3 people to make law. And you say the people have defected. By your own math, it lies in your own math. Defection is by you. The governor said, look, it is by me. Anything I say, how they will be, that's how they will be. Who does that in this world? Who does that?
You said by his own mouth, but we saw that
Oh, define defection. Supreme Court defined defection constitutionally and politically. I want you to go and read the judgment.
So,
now, let me tell you so that it's good to educate the public. Yes, I can say we have defected. But it depends for the speaker to hit the hammer, to declare the seat vacant. Until that happens, you cannot say the session has been completed.
The speaker who himself was
defected. The speaker himself was part of the...
Too bad, assuming. You see, that's
you're a lawyer.
No, hold on now. Too bad. That's why the speaker said politically and constitutionally. Constitutionally now becomes when you are defected. You see, I don't know people who have been defending at the National Assembly. It suits the speaker. It suits the Senate President. Have they declared their seat vacant? They have not. But when it does not suit them, they hit the gavel. We have declared our seat vacant. And it is only then you can say defection has taken place.
Yes, but
if it does not lie on you,
yes, Your
to
Excellency,
say, I wave flag.
Yes.
The constitution does not say, if I wave flag of another party. Okay, now that the governor of Delta, the governor of Akwa Ibom, said they will support the president. They defected. Is that the constitutional position of a defection?
Your Excellency, but let's look at the state of play now.
Yes, now you talk about the NBA.
Yeah.
About the budget. Let me tell you, I've told you, people should thank Mr. President. That me as a politician, selfishly, I'm not happy, I say so. But President did what he did for the interest of the state. The House of Assembly members were not happy. And that's why I had to go to London to speak to them. To say, listen, I agree. You are doing a constitutional role. I agree. But look at it on a broader.
But Your Excellency,
let me finish now. Look at it in a broader way. No crisis, no salary, nothing will happen. The state will go down.
Yes. So
on that basis, I like it. Yes. So, now you said NBA. It's unfortunate. How would NBA say it's unconstitutional when you collect that gift? What is it?
No, they're not connected.
No, they are. Listen, hold on.
Yes.
That's why I tell the people, when the Board of Ventures came to see me, he was here. And I told them, what is it? When Justice Leafield gave judgment about local government, NBA came out and condemned the judgment of Justice Leafield. Without reading the judgment.
They made comments without reading the judgment?
Yes, which has never happened, yes. Now, the president declares of emergency. He now says, oh, it's not constitutional. Now, until everybody now knew why you are doing what you are doing, that the state gives you a gift of 300 million naira. A gift that was not appropriated. There was no appropriation. You took MPA. You took 300 million naira and said it's a gift.
They solicited for help, and you are a member of the NBA yourself, and you have supported the NBA yourself.
So hold on. In my budget, I put grant. In my budget, I put grant. I'm allowed by law. It has been appropriated. In this case, there was no appropriation. For MBA to take an illegal gift, assuming that this thing didn't come up now, Did you know that they took gifts?
Are you suggesting that the stance of the NBA was influenced by the gift that they had received?
Are you not aware? Is it hidden? Everybody has seen it.
No, they're two separate things.
No, they are not two. Let me tell you. And I can tell you how the money came about. It came through some area, senior advocate of Nigeria, who is close to the chairman of the NBA. That's why they offered the NBA that they are going to host the annual general conference in Port Harcourt.
Will you support the NBA to return the 300 million naira?
What do you mean by support?
It's being a member.
Because a lot of people are saying they should return the money. They have said no, it was only a gift. And you don't return the gift.
A gift to who?
To the NBA, which you are a member of.
There are some gifts that will kill you.
Okay.
This gift, let me tell you, this gift is too bad. Let me tell you, see, that's why you have to be careful in certain things you do. Look at what happened. NBA, a judgment of court was given by the NBA, not being a party to the suit, come out to criticize the judge. Why did he do that? Interest somewhere. Oh, it was this thing when I now revealed. People that, no wonder. NBA has never, as a body, come out to criticize judgment of a court. So that does not mean that you, as a lawyer, you will not be able to criticize judgment of court. What's the business? Not knowing that there was something going on. Money, 300 million. Did they declare that the state government gave them a gift? Until now.
Your Excellency.
So when you say emergency, people have gone to court. Do you understand it? Let the court determine whether what the president did was legal or illegal. Not on the perspective. That's why we have the court.
Yes.
The court must make a problem. This attitude of what we do, something that I don't like. Because, from my view, it's wrong. Therefore, it's wrong generally. That's why people have to go to court.
Your Excellency, that's why I wanted you to speak on the state of play right now. There's a state of emergency in your state.
Yes.
You are a politician. You have benefited from the democratic process, sitting on top of the table in Rivers State. Are you doing everything in your power? Because we saw pictures of you and some legislators from the state in London and all that. Are you doing everything in your power to make sure that 6 months is done and everything returns to democracy? Being a beneficiary.
No. A beneficiary of what?
Of the democratic process.
That's why we are supporting the State Assembly. That's why we want that the only way there can be democracy is when the legislature is in existence. Now, it behoves you now, who is the governor, to allow democratic structures to be. It behoves on you now to say, look, this thing has happened. How do I do to bring everybody together? Now you hear people talk, go on television, say this and say that. I'm an elder. I'm a leader. Has anybody taken it upon himself or herself in Rivers State today? Say, look, see where we are. What do we do? Let me approach this legislator. Let me approach these leaders of the party. What do we do to make sure things work together?
Maybe they are looking up to you to do that.
See, that is the problem I have.
As a leader.
You said, you heard what I hear one for Father John said, I'm the cause of the problem. And I laugh. If I'm the cause of the problem, as an elder, he claims he is. Has he one day called me? Come. What is the problem? Why can't you sit down and talk? And let me answer, okay, see this and see that. Rather, as the chief promoter of ethnicity under Adadjo's governor in Rivers State, we saw hell. That's the period you had Ogoni and Okrika crisis. That's the period you had crisis in Okrika land, where human beings were killed, slaughtered, where he established the Bush Boys. Ask him. Under who? That they now had Honourable for Okrika, under my government. Under me, under him there was crisis, bloodshed. Yet people were dying. You set up a faction or they call them Bush boys. The rebels set up a faction and they were killing, slaughtering people. As a governor, as an elder statesman, and you have not. Sir, these are my people. Now somebody who's not from your place came as a governor and said, no, this has to stop. What is this problem? God gave judgment about instantly. I never waited. I said, look, there must be an end to all this crisis. You know, the Amana of Okada. I went ahead and created another first class for